Hello, everyone. Totally T-Mac here with news you can use. Now, those of you who know me, you know I'm pretty much a diehard Apple fan. I mean, I am ever so deeply entrenched in Apple's ecosystem. But Apple has a problem with the iPhone 14 Pro, and I think it's a big one. The issue is with its battery health, not battery life. I'm talking about battery health. There is a difference. Battery life refers to how long your phone can last day to day after being fully charged before it needs to be charged again. Battery health has to do with the lifespan of your battery, how fast your battery degrades during the time you own the phone. And while the two are different, they are related. The worse your battery health, the fewer hours your phone is going to last before it needs to be charged again. And that, as you might imagine, can be hugely frustrating. I mean, you don't want to have to plug in your phone every few hours or have extreme battery anxiety every day, not knowing whether your phone and your battery are going to last. That would effectively take us back to the Stone Age of smartphones. Now, a lot of people have complained that their iPhone 14 Pro or Pro Max battery health dropped to as low as the 80% range over the course of 1 year. That is crazy fast. The conventional wisdom is if your battery falls below the 80% mark, it's time to have it replaced. And who wants that inconvenience, not to mention the expense of doing that after owning the phone for a relatively short period of time? Even I have experienced the dreaded degradation problem. As you can see here, I bought my iPhone 14 Pro Max in April, and to my dismay, less than 5 months later, the battery health had already dropped 2% to 98. So why is this happening? Well, there have been numerous theories, but the real culprit seems to be heat. No, not this kind of heat. And definitely not that kind of heat either. I've noticed, and others have as well, that the iPhone 14 Pros frequently get really hot when you use them. And that heat is the enemy of good battery health. Generally speaking, the hotter your phone gets when you're using it, the quicker your battery health suffers. And by the way, this was not an issue with the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max phones. In fact, when I sold my 13 Pro Max after owning it more than a year, the battery health was still at 100%, which means I was able to sell it for more money than I might have otherwise. And just so you know, I did everything in my power to protect the battery health of my 14 Pro Max. I never left it out in the sun. I never used fast charging or wireless charging, both of which, by the way, tend to generate more heat. And as I said earlier, heat is the enemy. I also used an extra layer of protection by having the phone's optimized battery feature turned on. That supposedly allows your phone to charge in such a way that helps to preserve your battery's lifespan. Now, don't get me wrong. So far, the battery on my 14 Pro Max has been excellent, outstanding, in fact. But what about a year from now? That could be a different story. So what does Apple have to say about all of this? Well, so far, nothing really. Crickets. The big question, of course, is will rapidly deteriorating battery health also be an issue with the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max? Since those phones were just recently released, it's too early to know, but you can bet I'll be keeping an eye on it since I've already ordered Apple's latest Pro Max offering. Now, it's really easy to find out how good or bad your iPhone battery health is. All you have to do is go into settings and scroll up to battery and click on that. Then click on battery health. All right, what about you? Have you noticed a battery health issue on your iPhone 14 Pro? Feel free to leave a comment below and let me know. Also, please subscribe and click on the notification bell. And I'd appreciate it if you share and like the channel. It really does help us out. All right, guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time on Totally T-Mac with more news you can use.